What's up, you guys? So I'm just doing this on a whim again, mainly because holy shit, today was insane. I don't know why, but I feel like today everything truly clicked. I don't recall seeing the Higgins surveillance footage in the first trial at all. It could have came in and I just don't remember. This was a year ago. There was so much going on. Oh my gosh. So also I wanted to show this to you guys. I may be late to the party, I don't know. But I was just sitting here trying to figure out like the exact timeline of what was happening today when it came down to Brian Higgins leaving 34 Fairview, getting to Canton Police Department, walking down the corridor, leaving again, all of that, and then like what was happening. And then so I was just, you know, looking online and I came across this and I was like, I have to share this. So I will tag this awesome spreadsheet by at Sleuthy Goosey. You're amazing. Not only, and there's sources with it. So if you're ever confused about this case, which can be, it's easy to get confused, especially in something that's so detailed and layered like this case. But specifically today, I just wanted to talk about what happened with Buchanan on the stand again, which, oh my gosh, it was crazy. So before the Sally Port footage comes in, they start playing. Jackson has Mr. Wolf, the tech guy, start playing footage of, it's a surveillance of Canton Police Department. And shit, I could even pull it up on here. Give me 1 second. Basically what you get is a view of him outside walking, him here, allegedly. And we're speculating, obviously. Here's his little Jeep Wrangler, the 2-door, with a snowplow on the front. And then he walks inside. So at 1:30 a.m., Brian Higgins claims that he leaves 34 Fairview. And this is when he heads to Canton Police Department, which is he arrives here between, I think it was like 1:34 or something along those lines, before 1:40. And he's shown on video, like I said, his Jeep with a snowplow, parks and walks inside. There's another angle. He's really blurry here. Giant black blob. He's here. It's way clearer when you actually watch it on the trial. Walks in the side door, and they're tracking the time this entire time. Walks down the corridor, and then right here, that's motherfucking Brian Higgins. There ain't no speculation. That is motherfucking Brian Higgins right there. What is he doing at this time? He says he's doing administrative work. This guy had been drinking all day long and into the night. Remember, he was with Brian Albert, I believe, like that day, that entire day, they went to a funeral for another fallen officer. Which makes me think, gosh, did they unalive that one too? So he walks into this door and then leaves. But this is when it gets really weird. Okay, what time was this? 1:34. So he was actually in the corridor at 1:34. Okay. Then they go to a different angle. I want to see where brother's walking out. Okay. And remember, he claimed that he was doing administrative work at 2 a.m. Okay. After drinking all day long and all night. And he likes his, what does he like? Hennessy or some shit. So he's walking. Here he goes. He needs to do some more walking. Let's see. Go. At this point, where is he? Kind of like sneaks away a little bit. I think there was like 10 minutes that they played where I couldn't really tell what the hell was going on. Then he just appears again. Okay. His Wrangler door's open. Then he just starts doing weird shit from here to here. Now, you have to remember that, and I say this like you guys probably know more than me about this case. He's like, I don't know what the hell he's doing. And when I first saw this, I'm like, okay, whatever. He's probably like, who knows? Guys are weird, especially like you've been drinking all day and night. So then he starts going in between cars. I think they like stopped it around there. He starts going from his car to this car, a roundabout, this car, has like a snow shovel or something. Appears to have like a bag in his hand that he took, I believe, from his personal car to, I'm assuming that's his like work car. And remember, and then at one point he goes across the screen or he goes across the camera and you can see he has a phone. It's illuminating, like he's calling somebody, he's on the phone with somebody. And let's go look at our timeline because hello, at 2:22 a.m., Brian Higgins and Brian Albert talk on the phone despite previously testifying they were both asleep. Remember, this is the whole, we were butt dialing each other, or I think Brian Albert first testified that he was getting freaky with his wife and accidentally rolled over on the phone. Ain't nobody touching that man. And then Jen McCabe is at her residence searching how long to die in the cold, or to die in cold at 2:27:40 a.m. Then deletes it. Also, between 2:30 and 3 a.m., Lucky Laughran sees a Ford Edge parked in front of 34 Fairview. What? And to think that if I was the juror, and I saw all of this broken down, or just was there, hearing this, everything they've already testified to and everything. Karen was at home at John's house sleeping after she made, I believe it was like 44 phone calls. I want to say it was 57. She was calling him, leaving him voicemails. We've all heard that. And during that time, her boyfriend, in which I was just telling my husband, like, she's never even had a second to grieve the loss of John O'Keefe, her boyfriend. And anybody can be like, oh, well, she was texting Higgins and this and that. She probably didn't care. Yes, she fucking cared. This is crazy. And now she's fighting for her fucking life right now. And to think that she was at his house freaking out, pissed off because he's not answering the phone. She's thinking the worst, and she's finally falls asleep for a little bit. And during that time, Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, and Jen McCabe, and anybody else in that house were doing some weird ass shit. That doesn't sit right with me. We are on what day was today? We're on day 14 of trial. And that's all I'm going to say. I just, anybody who is confused about this case, and you just need one single doubt. Here's like a trillion doubts here by this awesome person. One thing can be a coincidence. All of these 259 coincidences? Well, obviously not jury trial and motion hearings, but you guys get what I mean. Um, that's all I have. I watching today's trial and or the testimony today and seeing that footage, I was like, I was on the treadmill texting my husband, and I'm like, I think I solved it. I know I didn't, obviously, but in my head, I'm like, holy shit, it makes sense. It makes sense now. So that's my thoughts on it. I wanted to get this out there because I've always been looking for like a breakdown of the times, and holy shit. So I'm going to share this. It's public, and like this video, follow if you're not, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.